Thank you, Chris. It is the final season at Texas Stadium. No better way to start it than with a very familiar foe, and on a Monday night. A night with two Pro Bowl quarterbacks taking center stage. They are surrounded by big names, teams with big expectations. One of the NFL's best rivalries, renewed on Monday Night Football. We welcome you to ESPN's Monday Night Football launch, engineered by the GMC Sierra. No weather issues tonight in Dallas. Temperature in the low 70s for the 98th Eagles-Cowboys meeting. We say good evening. Welcome you to the wrap-up of Week 2 of the NFL season here on Monday Night Football. Not just the NFL, all of pro sports. There's no division like the NFC East. Think about it. Championships, traditions, fan bases that are just so rabid, you can't rebuild in this division. So anytime any of these four teams intersect, you usually get a pretty darn good football game, and I think that's what we have in store tonight. Both teams were very solid and impressive in Week 1, but they also know that they haven't faced the best competition yet. They're chomping at the bit to get on the other side of the line of scrimmage and eye up somebody who they think is pretty darn good. Ron Jaworski played in a couple of these NFC East matchups. Tony Kornheiser has covered plenty of them. And, you know, Tony, we were here 2 years ago for a Giants-Cowboys matchup. The night Tony Romo was taking over the Dallas quarterback spot. It's been a pretty good run since, except for one opponent in the stadium.
Well, that was like a star is born. He's only played a season and a half. He's made the Pro Bowl twice. Last year he had 36 touchdown passes. That's a lot of touchdown passes. But if there is an Achilles heel, it's in this building against this team. The Philadelphia Eagles have beaten him both times in this building, and two of his three worst statistical performances have come against the Eagles. You're an Eagle. What's up with that? Why does that happen?
It's real simple. Jim Johnson, the Eagles' defensive coordinator, likes to blitz Tony Romo. He likes to get him playing fast, break down his timing, and get him out of his rhythm. In fact, in that 10-6 Eagles victory a year ago here in Dallas, they blitzed 1 out of every 3 snaps, and they were effective with their blitz scheme. The blitz I want to show you was one that was effective in that matchup, and it is about getting pressure on Tony Romo. You'll see the Eagles, they're going to rush 7. Shouldn't be a problem because the Cowboys are going to have 7 blockers. No problem. But the Eagles are very good at engaging the offensive linemen and then dropping out into coverage. By holding those offensive linemen, now the nickelback, Lucilio Hansen, gets a clean shot at Tony Romo. This is a beautifully designed scheme with those linemen dropping out into coverage. Tony Romo has nowhere to go with the football. Hansen comes in, gets the sack, and creates the fumble. And in effect, the Eagles only rushed 5. The Cowboys had 7 to block, and they still got a defender free at Tony Romo. But there is risk to reward to those blitzes. If Tony gets the ball out quick, could be a big play.
Philly defensive headline tonight, get pressure on Romo. Now the Dallas defensive headline. You know, as we prepare for the games, you look at stats and matchups, talk to players. Every time we mention the name Brian Westbrook, Philadelphia, Marshall Faulk's name keeps coming up, and that's Hall of Fame type caliber.
And Brian Westbrook is having that kind of career. You know, he really is the bell cow for the Philadelphia Eagles offensively. He lines up everywhere. He played 885 snaps last year, and many of those were in the backfield, as you see right here with the Eagles' 3 wide receiver sets. But here's what Andy Reid loves to do with Brian Westbrook. As we spin this around, take those other receivers off the field. He will take Brian Westbrook and move him around. He'll move him outside to the left wide to get a matchup. And then he'll sink him back down inside in the slot. Maybe get him on a linebacker. Motion him out maybe to the right side in that slot. Get him on a safety and then swing him back outside. Because Brian Westbrook has wide receiver skills. One of the matchups I'm looking for tonight, Brian Westbrook on Roy Williams. Andy's going to try to dictate that matchup.
Here's all you have to know about Brian Westbrook. O.C. Umenyiora, a Pro Bowler from the Giants, said, you take him off that team, we're not afraid to play him.
That's high praise. He will be there tonight for sure. Soul Donovan McNabb just a couple of touchdowns away from passing Jaws as the all-time Eagle touchdown passer. And T.O. 1 touchdown tonight, then he's second to only Jerry Rice, NFL history, in touchdown receptions. A lot on the plate tonight.
The NFL enters Week 3 on NASN with a live doubleheader. First up, the Dolphins take a trip to New England in the NFC East. Then it's the Colts and the Jaguars doing battle in the AFC. Coverage starts with ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown. Live NFL only on NASN.
Season that Jerry Jones has owned the Cowboys. I think it's a pretty good return on the investment. 140 in, current value $1.6 billion, and a good return on the field for the fans. 11 playoffs, 3 Super Bowl championships. We welcome you into our high-definition home. You can see the entire telecast in your home on ESPN HD, presented by Sears. Back up here with Jaws and Tony. Okay, so we're not in Green Bay tonight, so it can't be about Favre. We see Favre next week. So, as somebody on TV says on this network often, who's your boy tonight, Tony?
Well, thank you for mentioning Favre, because it leads me to my boy tonight. Just as what happened in Green Bay with Favre is known as the saga, what's happening here in Dallas with the larger-than-life Cowboys is known as the circus. And the ringmaster here, by design, is Jerry Jones, for whom no controversy is too big, as long as you remember to mention, how about them Cowboys? Who signed Terrell Owens after all that flack in Philly? Jerry Jones. Who signed Tank Johnson after those guns in Chicago? Jerry Jones. Who signed the Pac-Man after everything, everywhere? Jerry Jones. Jerry appreciates the money-churning power of publicity, good or bad. So it's fine for the Cowboys to open themselves up wide on Hard Knocks. And it's fine for T.O. to pretend he's a track star and get popped for 15 yards. And it's fine for Tony Romo to date a starlet and whisk her off to Cabo before a playoff game. And it's fine for Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders to somehow become advisors to the Pac-Man. As long as in every camera shot, you see that big blue Texas star. Because there's a giant new stadium being built that they're calling Jerry World and about 100,000 seats to sell. Hey, everybody, the circus is in town. How about them Cowboys? And he's my boy tonight.
Yes, he is, Tony. And Jerry Jones is obsessed with winning. And I love that. All the owners around the league talk about wanting to win. Not all of them make the full-blown effort to do it. I think there's less than a dozen. Jerry Jones is one of them.
The winner joins the Giants at 2-0. Eagles Cowboys coming up. We celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Hank Williams next.
You've been watching ESPN's Monday Night Football launch, engineered by the GMC Sierra, the official vehicle of Monday Night Football.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy and started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
College football continues this Saturday on NASN with ESPN's College Game Day and 3 great live matchups. First up, Iowa travel to Pittsburgh. Then Tim Tebow brings his Gators to Tennessee. And finally, in a great non-conference game, Georgia take on Arizona State. Live college football this Saturday only on NASN.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Andale! holes in the roof at Texas Stadium, so as somebody once said, God can look down at his team. It's so the helmets could come in. I didn't know that.
It's a multi-purpose situation.
Open in mid-1971, Texas Stadium for the final season. 29th and final Monday Night Football game in here. As mentioned, the new Dallas Cowboys Stadium will be opening in Arlington, not too far from here next season. They'll wait to see Tony Romo on the offense. Dallas has won the toss. Wade Phillips, a fan of the option to defer. He does, so Philadelphia will get the ball first. And Nick Folk is set to kick.
It is 50-50 at the coin toss.
That's exactly right. Off we go from Dallas, and Folk's kick does go out of bounds, and we'll give Philadelphia the ball at the 40 to start the game here tonight.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball we placed on the 40-yard line. First down.
It's the voice of Terry McCauley, our referee. Tonight, here comes Donovan McNabb. I think Steve Young made a good point on Monday Night Countdown. You feel like Donovan's older than his 31. I mean, we saw so much of his college career at Syracuse, where he started for 4 years. It's his 10th year here in the NFL. But as we visited with Donovan last night, he's feeling so much more confident in the team around him, his place on this team, and that knee that he hurt a couple of seasons ago.
He's healthy, Mike. That's the bottom line. He enters this season 100% healthy. And last week, he was really stroking it against the St. Louis Rams.
Draws exactly what you told us right at the start. Look for Brian Westbrook. He's the receiver on the near side to start the game tonight. And his first throw is off the hands of L.J. Smith and incomplete.
Here's the thing. I mean, you mentioned he's perfectly healthy. He has not been healthy over the last 3 or 4 years. He's missed games in each of the last 3 years. We asked Andy Reid, how do you know Donovan is healthy? How do you know he's the right guy? And this is a direct quote. With Donovan, it's when that smile comes back on his face, then you don't worry about anything. When did you see it, Andy? With 3 games to go at the end of last season. So if he's smiling tonight, Andy Reid's happy.
Second and 10 inside, handoff with Westbrook. First down, gain of about 14 as Westbrook takes it to the 46-yard line. Led the National Football League in yards from scrimmage last year. You add him up to 2,104.
If you want to know what puts a smile on Donovan McNabb's face, it's when that guy gains 14 every time you hand him the ball.
Westbrook.
Yeah.
What an option on 2nd and 10 when you can hand the football off and gain 14 yards and bring about a first down. A lot of pressure off the quarterback when you can do that.
First down run is only going to be a couple of yards for Westbrook. And here's Donovan to introduce us to the rest of the Eagles starting offense.
Thanks, Mike. I'll take it from here. We're going to start with the big guys up front. In the middle, we've got Jamal Jackson, and on the corner, we've got Trey Thomas and John Russ. At tight end, L.J. Smith. Running back, Mr. Everything, Brian Westbrook. And a great group of wide receivers.
A group of wide receivers missing the top receivers and starters from last year. Kevin Curtis, sports hernia. He'll be out for a while. Reggie Brown was close tonight, but not going to make it. They hope to have him next week against Pittsburgh. McNabb screening to the busy Westbrook. Quite a read. Ball popped out after the Zach Thomas hit. But it's ruled down. Only a gain of a couple. How strange it is to see Zach Thomas not in the Dolphins uniform.
You'll see Brian Westbrook here. You'll see the fake to him first. Donovan looks downfield. This is a nice job of setting up the screen, but excellent reaction by Zach Thomas to sniff it out. That was a move of a wily old veteran linebacker.
7 consecutive Pro Bowl seasons with the Dolphins. Likely wrapping up his career here with the Cowboys. Five defensive backs, Dallas. Good time for McNabb. Nobody open until that one. Breaking free is Brent Selleck, the backup tight end, to the 23-yard line. A first down gain of 19 before Adam Jones made the tackle.
The Philadelphia Eagles have the biggest offensive line in the National Football League, averaging 330 pounds per man. They gave Donovan a lot of time there. Excellent job by Donovan keeping his eyes downfield. Once he broke the pocket, he didn't look to run. 5 years ago, Donovan would have been darted in the secondary. Now he's looking for the receiver. He finds Selleck, move the chains once again for the Eagles.
The rookies at the top of the stream. Deshaun Jackson at a cow. McNabb looks that way, goes that way. To the sideline, gain of 7. Adam Jones takes him out of bounds. And one of the Cowboy defensive linemen take the honors introducing the lineups.
Thanks, Mike. This is Marcus Spears. On the defensive line, we have Jay, the Rat Man Rattler. Backing us up, the James gang, Brady James. And in the secondary, we have hard-hitting Ken Hamlin. On the corners, Anthony Henry and Adam, not Pac-Man Jones.
Terrence Newman, who was injured and out last week, probably in nickel situations only here tonight. Second and 3, Westbrook waiting for him, DeMarcus Ware. Pro Bowler the last 2 years. Third down.
DeMarcus Ware is one of those players that the Eagles must identify when they come out of the huddle. You'll see him there, number 94, unblocked on the play. The Eagles going with their zone blocking scheme up front in the run game. Clearly a mistake right there. You've got to get someone on Ware. He's just too good of a football player.
How did he get around 5 guys that weigh 330 pounds apiece? I sure hope they're eating hard healthy.
He's quick.
On 3rd and 3, McNabb fires to Jackson. First down, lost the ball. Incomplete. Ruled an incomplete forward pass. Anthony Henry was there on the initial hit on Jackson, and the initial ruling incomplete. 4th down.
Donovan, nice job of seeing the corner off and throwing that ball in a perfect location. You can see Deshaun Jackson never had complete control of that football. But once again, excellent read and throw by Donovan McNabb. The rookie's got to come up with that catch.
So David Akers, 3-time Pro Bowler. As you see, the all-time leader in points for Philadelphia. Didn't miss one inside of 40 last year. 34, able to knock through the game's first 3 points. A good opening drive for Andy Reid's team. A few first downs, a big game by Westbrook, and a field goal.
The NFL enters Week 3 on NASN with a live doubleheader. First up, the Dolphins take a trip to New England in the NFC East. Then it's the Colts and the Jaguars doing battle in the AFC. Coverage starts with ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown. Live NFL only on NASN.
The place is absolutely packed. People are waving. You couldn't be in a better place on earth. The crowd on its feet as one. The green flag is underway.
Bottom line remains, somebody's got a chance to kiss those bricks.
Jimmy Johnson's pit crew moved him up 2 spots.
We've been talking a lot about Jimmy Johnson being strong. He's got a chance to show it.
Carl Edwards is charging, but Johnson is still in charge. Everybody in turn 3 on their feet. Jimmy Johnson and Carl Edwards, mano a mano.
Jimmy Johnson will capture his second All-State 400 at the Brickyard.
For Wilson baseball gloves and much more, visit NASN.com.
Join NASN next week as we reach the business end of the Major League Baseball regular season. The pennant race comes to a close as baseball's finest battle it out for a place in the postseason. Major League Baseball, only on NASN. The stage is set for the opening weekend of a new NHL season. And this year, the stars are gathering for the premier events in the great cities of Prague and Stockholm. The NHL returns. Catch all the excitement this October on NASN.
is officially celebrated south of the border tomorrow. I will be sharing some of the NFL's connection with that as the night goes on. Good opening drive. Thank you. Good opening drive by the Eagles. Felix Jones, the rookie out of Arkansas, returns the kickoff. Nice patience by Jones, but a marker comes in on the return, likely to erase a 36-yard bringback.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 25. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
It'll be on Patrick Watkins, the safety, some more field to navigate for Romo and T.O. down 3-0.
NASN is giving you the chance to choose which live game you want to see with an MLB viewer's choice. See the Twins face off against the Rays in Tampa Bay, the White Sox battle the Yankees in New York, or catch the Phillies fight for a win against the Braves in Atlanta. Choose which game you want to see and visit NASN.com now to cast your vote. A Major League Baseball viewer's choice. Watch the winning game live this Thursday only on NASN.
These guys look fantastic. I'm so proud.
Join the Reebok Hockey Revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
Cutler, another shot from Marshall. Got him! Touchdown!
Up the right side, pins, 5, touchdown, Larry Johnson.
The Oakland Raiders select Darren McFadden.
Tomlinson with the first, breaks the tackle, touchdown!
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, we talk American sports. So how do you think our show translates in Europe?
I'm Tony Kornheiser, probably pretty poorly, especially like in Romania.
ESPN's Pardon the Interruption. Join Tony and Mike for all the latest opinions and headlines weeknights only on NASN.
Tony Romo's become one of the premier quarterbacks in the National Football League. Your team, any team, could have had him. He was undrafted, free agent. Bill Parcells liked what he saw, hung around here for a while. See what he's done in his 2 seasons as a starter. Drive starts from the 14, Marion Barber. Going to get about 1.5 yards to Mike Patterson. Makes the tackle.
Tony Romo did come out of nowhere and then stayed on the bench for 3 or 4 years, and Bill Parcells put him in for Drew Bledsoe at a Monday night game a couple of years ago. This past year, he had 36 touchdown passes. He is an enormous star without portfolio, really, in terms of coming out of college, and a very confident young man. And you have to be, if you're going to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, it's more than just playing football.
After a gain of 1, Romo's first pass for Jason Witten, incomplete. Quentin Michael, an improving strong safety on the coverage. 3rd down coming.
Yeah, I think what really has separated Tony Romo is understanding of coverage. He knows how to read coverage and gets the ball out quickly. You know, and you got to remember this. I like the way he was brought along. You know, he played behind Bledsoe, as you just said a moment ago, Tony, but he learned from a veteran. You know, you see what's happened this past weekend. Guys that started for the first time, played behind a wily veteran, they played pretty well.
Eagles 6 defensive backs. Only rush the front 4. And Romo cocks and throws to T.O. He catches it at 28. First down in front of Sheldon Brown.
Excellent job by Tony Romo. He looked to his right, and then came back to Terrell Owens. Did a nice job of pushing up against Sheldon Brown and working back to the football. The key there was pass protection. The Cowboys' offensive line gave Romo time to survey the field to the right first and then come back to T.O. on the left.
Owens caught 5 balls in the win against Cleveland, 28-10 in Ohio on the opening Sunday. Marion Barber snuffed out Brian Dawkins. The veteran still going. 34 made the tackle. Cowboy offense introduced by Patrick Creighton.
Up front, our O-line is big, led by Pro Bowlers Andre Gerard, Flozell Adams, and Leonard Big Davis. Moving over to the backs and receivers, Tony, I Can't Stop Believing, Romo leads the way. Followed by Marion, the Barbarian Barber, and he throws to the outside to Jason, I Can't Stop Catching Whitney, and Terrell, I Love Me Some Meat.
Going to the top of your screen on 2nd and 12. Romo looked that way twice, shovels it out to Barber. Pulled down in the open field by Omar Gaither, one of the young, speedy linebackers for the Eagles. Well, 3rd down and about 10 coming up.
You'll see Romo in the pocket, looking left again. Nothing there, comes back to his right. Now the protection breaks down, does the wise thing, gets rid of the football, doesn't take a hit, puts it in the hands of Marion Barber. Allow him to try to make a play. Good hustle by the Eagles defense. You'll see a lot of green helmets around Marion Barber as soon as he tries to cut back.
You want to have a game with your buddies tonight while you're watching? You decide who's coming on that Eagles front before the snap. It's impossible to figure out.
I look at the tape for minutes upon minutes and repetitions. I still can't figure it out.
Just 4 rush again. Romo deep ball. T.O. in the clear. Got it. T.O. too deep. Yards. Only Jerry Rice has caught more touchdown passes in National Football League history.
A beautifully designed play and executed. The Eagles secondary playing what we call the sticks. They're going to play that 1st down marker and drive the route. You will see Sean Considine stop moving his feet. That allowed T.O. to get over the top.
Folk the extra point.
You want to talk about star power? Okay, in a stadium like this, Terrell Owens catches that ball 72 yards, next only to Jerry Rice. Romo throws it. Hello, everybody. We got stars here tonight, and you just saw them.
And you're happy.
One thing to be really careful with now, going into turn 1.
And Jeff Gordon has spun around with 2 laps to go.
Unbelievable. Turn 1 again in the leader. Feeling the pressure from Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart, winner of the Nextel Cup at Watkins Glen.
We just had to keep the pressure on Jeff and hope he made a mistake, and that's what happened.
Okay, what do we got? For Reebok official NFL jerseys and much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
NASN, the #1 source for all your NFL coverage this season. We kick off each week with Sunday NFL Countdown, followed by up to 3 live games, including the top matchups from across the league. Mondays continue with 2 first-run games followed by NFL Primetime and Monday Night Countdown with all the top stories from Sunday and all the buzz leading into the live game on Monday Night Football. Don't miss all the latest news, analysis, and features weekdays with NFL Total Access. Plus bonus coverage with NFL Game Day, Top 10, and Who Is. And come playoff time, we've got you covered with even more live games as the AFC and the NFC crown their champions with the Wild Card, Divisional, and Conference Championships. And the greatest game of them all, Super Bowl 43, live from Tampa, Florida. Plus your annual trip to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. The NFL this season on NASN.
Two possessions, 2 scores. It's the way the last Monday Night Football game at Texas Stadium should start. And as we mentioned, only Jerry Rice in NFL history now has more touchdown receptions than Terrell Owens. He went past our colleague in the studio, Chris Carter, who had the 130 touchdowns in his career as well, via the air. It was Romo's longest touchdown pass of his career. Quentin Dempsey, the rookie, brings it out to the 25-yard line. Orlando Scandrick, a fellow rookie, with the tackle. Halfway through the quarter, and the excitement has begun. Romo and TD.
T.O. did it. Now McNabb comes out. Remember them?
Hey, Andre, would you rather double move him or just run right by it?
I'd rather just run by.
Okay, all right. He said he'd rather run right by them.
Shop, play action, throws long, downfield, wants Andre Johnson, has him at the 40, breaks the tackle, rock and roll, touchdown, Andre Johnson. My goodness.
Woo! That's big time. All day, 80, all day, son.
So that's a double helping of live NCAA football with College Bowl on the side.
ESPN 360. Whenever you're online, you're at the game.
Major League Baseball coverage all the way to the World Series on NASN.
Now, we mentioned the 98th meeting between the Cowboys and the Eagles, and Terrell Owens has been on both sides with Donovan McNabb. As a matter of fact, the last time Owens had a pass play that long, it was from Donovan McNabb in October of 2005 when they were Eagle teammates, and that was the last game that T.O. played with the Eagles. Here he gets his old mates for 72 to put Dallas on top. And now McNabb's turn. Big time, Westbrook out of the backfield. What a shake to get to the 30-yard line and lose where? A gain of 4.
There are rivals among teams, and then there are rivals among individuals. And you can't tell me, Jaws, that Donovan McNabb doesn't want to go out there now, having seen his antagonist, Terrell Owens, make that long touchdown. You can't tell me that Donovan McNabb doesn't get a little extra heated for him right now, wanting to come back and show the world, hey, that guy did it. Anything he can do, I can do better.
I agree with you, and I think Andy Reid feels the same way. Andy's going to dial up pass plays to try to make Donovan look good. And I don't blame him. This is a pedal to the metal offense.
And they're protecting well, and pass is caught at the 47-yard line by Greg Lewis, who caught 5 balls last week.
See, the thing about it is that McNabb and Owens are always going to be linked together. And they're going to be linked for the bad times that they had in Philadelphia and all those things that we saw with Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb. McNabb talked about it yesterday. He said, I'd love to stop it, but it'll always be there. If we go to a red carpet event, when we're 50, it'll be there then. That's the acknowledgement of it.
From the 47, Westbrook on first down. These are the waiting arms of Brady James, that middle backer. Jaws, how important is first down play selection for the Eagles offense?
Oh, I think on first down, they've got to throw the ball. Now, Andy's a throw ball kind of quarterback. They want to throw the ball 60% anyway. However, on first down, when you get that base 3-4 front from the Dallas Cowboys and their 4 defenders in the secondary, that is the best time to attack. And the Eagles love to play that 3 wide receiver plus. In fact, last week against St. Louis, 40 of their 58 snaps, they had 3 or more wide receivers on the field.
Westbrook's at the very top of the screen. Correll Buchalter's the back next to McNabb, and look at the confusion Westbrook out there causes. And Buchalter comes to the near side and gets a first down with Zach Thomas's tackle. And there you can see all the confusion trying to find where Westbrook was lined up.
Well, there's no doubt about it. When Westbrook lined out wide, a linebacker bumped out to him. It was Brady James on him, and Brady James couldn't run with him. He had to hit Westbrook. So it's beyond 5 yards. You get a penalty against the Cowboys. There it is right here. There's Brady James.
Penalties decline. First down.
Match against Brian Westbrook. He can't cover Westbrook. It's all about matchups. Andy Reid is tremendous at dictating those favorable matchups, particularly for Brian Westbrook. He can run routes like a wide receiver.
Philadelphia moving the ball comfortably thus far. McNabb 6 of 8, 58 yards. And a free, it was all the way offside, so it'll be 5 on Ware.
Defense. Number 94, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, first down.
DeMarcus Ware. Wade Phillips. He's had a lot of stops along the way. Denver and Buffalo. Brief interim stops with New Orleans and Atlanta. Been to the playoffs 4 times, hasn't won a playoff game, and that's, for the moment, the heavyweight hanging on this team and this coach. So 1st and 5 in Westbrook, a yard shy of the first down. Greg Ellis made the tackle.
You talk about how easily McNabb is moving down the field with this team, and it makes you realize again, if he stays healthy, that's a real good team. But in each of the last 3 years, he's missed a total, I think, of 15 games over the last 3 years, and the Eagles have subsequently slipped from where they were as a perennial NFC championship team. It hinges on McNabb's ability to stay healthy.
You're absolutely right. I mean, this is a quarterback's league, the National Football League. If your quarterback is healthy and the caliber of Donovan McNabb, you're in the Super Bowl hunt.
Second and 2, handoff for Westbrook. What a good job to dance around the arms. They get a first down. And tackled late out of bounds, but no flag thrown on the play.
You know, we talk about that lateral agility. That's what Brian Westbrook has, the ability to make people miss moving laterally, then turn the corner. That's key to his game. And then you got Patrick Watkins coming in to make a play. Brian's going to run by defensive tackles, linebackers. You're going to need to get third-level defenders on him, or he's going to make people miss tackles.
Half of the big people can't even see him. That's right. He's outside their line of vision.
Well, the Eagles are using that running game to set up their play-action pass game. When they go play-action, they like to throw the ball deep down the field.
Hank Baskett, the motion man, stays in. Now McNabb uses him as an outlet, only a yard. He's shoved to the sideline by Adam Jones. Pac-Man, who missed all of 07 with that well-documented league suspension, played his first game in over 600 days in Week 1.
Yeah, that play right there, Mike, coming out of the I formation, was a design big play. The Dallas Cowboys were able to get pressure on McNabb. He had to go to the check down rather quickly, not allowing him to survey the field for the deep throw down the field.
Line up out of the eye here on 2nd and 9. McNabb tried to check it down to Carell Buckhalter. That's incomplete. Brady James is right over there in coverage. Now we'll have a third down for Andy Reid's offense.
You know, the Eagles have been doing a real good job thus far in this game of protecting Donovan McNabb. I think the Cowboys got to bring a little heat on McNabb, like they did last week against Derek Anderson in Cleveland. Of the 24 passes Anderson threw, they blitzed him 16 times. That's about 2/3 of the time. I think they'll try to bring some heat on Donovan.
6 defensive backs. McNabb throws incomplete for Westbrook. Being shadowed by Burnett. Sometimes Donovan will get one of those balls that comes down low. It's tough to catch. And he said, that was my bad. Field goal coming.
Well, if there is a flaw in Donovan's game, it's some of those throws. Mike has a tendency to throw him in the ground. He'll lock that front knee and force that ball to come over the top and low. I know it's his 10th year in this league, and he's corrected the majority of his mistake. You know, and you kind of just live with that every once in a while. He's going to throw one of those balls and you go, oh my goodness.
From 44, David Akers. 2 drives, 2 field goals. Philly stopped at the 16 and the 26. So the field goals at 34 and 44. Donovan even continuing on the sidelines. That one was on me, but it's still a field goal drive.
Get it, Gronk, get it, Gronk. Hold each other accountable. Wreck on 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a good hit. That's the way we play, baby. Good job. All right, let's finish, baby. Let's finish. Roll. Give me some. Let's finish, baby. Yeah. Hey, we need a little more. We got him.
I told my mom, I told her to order some popcorn. It's going to be a show tonight.
And Hester on his back pedal, under it at his 25-yard line, going to run left to the 30, through a crack at the 35 to the 40. It's the gas at the 50, to the 40, the Broncos. He hurdles center run, 20, 10, touchdown! Devin Hester, you are ridiculous.
These guys look fantastic. I'm so proud.
Join the Reebok Hockey Revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
NASN is Europe's #1 network dedicated to the very best in top live North American sports 24/7. Your home for full season coverage of the NFL, MLB, NHL, college basketball, college football, ESPN's top-rated magazine shows, and lots more live sports action. Visit NASN.com for more information.
Well, we know how difficult the hurricane season of 2008 has been down in the Gulf area, the Galveston area being hit. Just this past week, the Red Cross needs your help, so do your neighbors. Text the word GIVE to the number 24357. Donate $5 to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. Standard text messaging rates may apply. Learn more at redcross.org. And certainly the Cowboys have been the dominant team in the state for many years, and they have fans all over the area in Galveston. And we're at a luncheon with Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner. Their thoughts as well with all the folks down Galveston, Houston way. Felix Jones, the return. Felix Jones past David Akers. Felix Jones being chased down by Dents. Touchdown. For the rookie from Arkansas.
And you'll see Felix Jones explode through that lane right there, and no one's going to get Felix Jones. Well, I had a chance to watch him last week against Cleveland, and you can see the acceleration when he sees a gap. Felix Jones, great vision and explosion. Found the hole and shot through it.
Well, that backfield was great at Arkansas. We knew that. And man, have we seen them this weekend. Darren McFadden with the fabulous game in Cleveland yesterday, and his running partner from Fayetteville, Felix Jones, Jerry Jones' alma mater, taking it 98 for the Cowboy touchdown.
Yeah, it's funny, Mike, you mentioned those two quality football players. I actually like Felix Jones a little bit more than Darren McFadden. Now, you're talking about two great players, but I thought he was a better receiver. In this NFL game, you've got to be able to catch the football, and Felix Jones can do that. I believe you'll see more things like this, not just a kickoff return. If you're a Cowboy fan, you'll love to see a lot of those, but use them coming out of the backfield as a receiver.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What more do you want out of this game so far? You have a 72-yard bomb. You have a 98-yard kickoff return. You got the Eagles trying to keep it close, settling for field goals. There's Jerry Jones. You think he's happy? Wade Phillips, you think he's happy? If there's a knock against the Cowboys other than losing in playoff games, it's that sometimes the Philadelphia Eagles come in here last two times and crush them and shut them down. That's off the table right now.
There's a long way to go. That's a long way to go.
They're not going to crush them.
I love the star power. I love the big playmakers. This is what football's about in 2008. You got to be able to put points on the board. Everyone loves running the ball and defense. You got to be explosive. These are two explosive football teams.
Money's worth so far. Get your popcorn ready.
I knew that was coming.
You bet.
Been 5 years since Dallas had that. Now Quentin Dempsey, the rookie, tries to return the favor, and he's hit at the 25 by Kevin Burnett.
Here we go again. Donovan McNabb comes out. Now, that wasn't Terrell Owens, so it may not be the personal rivalry, but you look up on the scoreboard, and you've sort of controlled the game. You've taken little bits here and little bits there, going down the field, and 2 big bombs, and you're down 14-6. And now, I'm not saying it's critical to score here, but if you got blown out here, that would be a bad series.
Punch, counter punch. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys are leading with that hard left and connecting.
Now they're hitting knockouts.
Yeah,
it's not counter punch. This is big uppercuts knocking somebody down.
So from the 24, Westbrook does a good job of getting those extra yards. He gets 5 to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia has moved the ball effectively. It's a difference what you don't punch it in the red zone. There's one small mistake. All of a sudden you're down 8.
And Mike, we saw it yesterday. The Minnesota Vikings moving the ball. They set up for 5 field goals. They let the Indianapolis Colts hang around. Peyton Manning brings it back. They win the football game. Well, you get that scoring zone, you got to put 7 on the board.
So you're going to start asking them to go on 4th down, aren't you, George?
No, I'm not.
And for the 29, a face mask flag should have come in. I'm surprised that it didn't. As Westbrook, you could see his head turn sideways. No flag in, 3rd down. Wow.
Unless he's the Exorcist child, somebody grabbed his face mask.
Well, we're going to see it right here. Well, clearly Hatcher grabbed him.
Now, the rule change, there's no 5-yard incidental face mask, but clearly when your hand comes in and the fingers bend and the helmet turns, that becomes a grasp. So even though you have a hand up in the face, that was not accidental. It was a grab and a turn, and that one got by the striped shirts. 3rd and 5. The Cowboys rush 4. Ware is picked up. McNabb for a home run. What a play by the much talked about first-round pick Mike Jenkins out of South Florida.
That
Greg
was
Lewis broke free.
Incredible play. Greg Lewis broke free. Very similar to the play Terrell Owens scored upon. Donovan had him out there, but Michael Jenkins at the last minute just tipped it away. What a great play by the first-round pick, Mike Jenkins. Greg Lewis had 6 for the Eagles if he didn't tip that one away.
25th overall pick out of South Florida. Sav Rocco with the kick. Bouncing. Pac-Man Jones will take it at the 26. And he turns into a tackle at the 28-yard line. Well, the big offensive play when the Cowboys' offense was on the field was the touchdown pass to Terrell Owens.
Mike, play calling is about probability, not certainty. Jason Garrett dialed up the right play here, expecting this coverage. It's a quarters coverage. You'll watch Sean Constantine stop moving his feet. He's going to play the sticks route. Oh, T.O. gives a little stutter. And look at the throw by Tony Romo. Almost 60 yards on the money. That is an explosive play. That's what you expect to see out of this Dallas Cowboy offense. Got to give Jason Garrett some props. He anticipated that coverage, dialed up the right play, and the offensive line gave Romo time to let that play develop way down the field.
Owens on the bench to start this drive. As the Cowboys go power formation. 2 tight ends and blocking for Barber. Marion gets just a couple of yards as T.O. and the other receivers come back on the field. The perspective of the record. Chris Carter, 234 games to get his 130. T.O., number 131 in game 175. There's Jerry Rice with 303 games, taking it to 197. So, not out of reach. It really isn't. If you think about it, if T.O. can stay healthy and can keep going, it's not out of reach, guys. 66 touchdowns.
Well, it'll be difficult.
I didn't say it would be easy. Romo's throw is intercepted. Asante Samuel. He's got blocks downfield, and Samuel takes it to the 28-yard line. The Eagles wanted a face mask on that one, too, and don't get it, but Romo is picked off.
It's all about decision-making at the quarterback position. You'll see Romo look left, looking down the middle. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to pull it down. Now you've lost sight of the defense. You don't know where people are. Now you don't guess. You've got to throw the football with your eyes on the receiver. There's no way he could get this ball in. Just no way that could happen. He had Miles Austin, but he was double covered by the Eagles.
Asante Samuel was brought here for that specific reason. They were -8 in takeaways last year. Asante Samuel has 19 picks in the last 2 years, 3 for touchdowns. He was brought here for this purpose alone, to get interceptions for this team. And they paid him a ton.
Great field position for the Eagles. McNabb will take a shot again for Greg Lewis. Incomplete, penalty marker down. Anthony Henry at the coverage.
Pass interference, defense, number 42. Automatic, first down.
27 yards on the penalty, and you see some of the complaints there. I feel Lewis certainly had a fistful of jersey with Henry. Into the first quarter, so the Eagles will have it at the 1 as the second quarter begins. Not a bad start.
No.
Four fast-talking American sports writers right there.
We got Rex.
Don't miss them. Get muted every day on Around the Horn, weekdays on NASN, your source for North American sports.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking. It was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton. That was a big moment for me.
The monster, Troy Glaus.
Troy Glaus has just come in here and hammered the ball.
Left field. Has he done it again? It's a gunner.
And Troy Glaus sends us all home happy.
The stage is set for the opening weekend of a new NHL season. And this year, the stars are gathering for the premier events in the great cities of Prague and Stockholm. The NHL returns. Catch all the excitement this October on NASN.
And the boys and the birds. Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys. Monday Night Football, wrapping up week 2 of the season. Mike Tirico, Tony Kornheiser, Ron Jaworski, Susie Culver's with us as well. T.O. at TD, Felix Jones, a kickoff return for touchdown. First in nearly 5 years for Dallas. Andy Reid's team has moved it very effectively, with only 2 field goals to show. That pass interference call that truly could have gone and maybe should have gone the other way puts the Eagles first and goal at the 1. The fullback, Tony Hunt, leads the way for Westbrook. A penalty marker down. Did Hunt move before the snap?
Ball start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, let's go back to the Greg Lewis, the penalty on Greg Lewis from Anthony Henry. You'll see right here, Donovan, he knows he's got one-on-one on the outside. He just throws up down the sideline. Look at Greg Lewis. He grabs Anthony Henry's jersey, pulls him to him. That was
so it was pass interference. It was just the other way.
It made him look to the official through the flag trailing there. It looked like his arm was hooked by Lewis. In fact, underneath he was grabbing some jersey.
Greg Lewis did a great job of drawing that pass interference.
Now the penalty was on Dan Klecko who is by trade a defensive lineman, but has played fullback during his Indianapolis time as well.
And the Eagles actually brought him to Philly to be a fullback and converted him back to defensive tackle.
Lorenzo Booker is checked in the game. He was the fake, and Westbrook is the man who scores. Touchdown. Love the design of that one. That's what you set us up with tonight, Jaws. Where's Waldo? Where's Westbrook?
Yeah, you got it exactly. And Brian Westbrook in the first quarter had 8 carries and 2 pass receptions. You'll see right out here. Great job by Jason Vaught and Hank Baskett on their blocks. Get the ball to Brian Westbrook in space. This is well done right here. Brian with good hands, catches the ball, sees that pylon, takes the pylon, but great downfield blocks by Baskett and Avant. But boy, Westbrook is an added dimension that really creates problems for your defense.
David Akers adds the extra point. Mike Shanahan nowhere around to go for 2. How about that yesterday, huh?
We'll talk about that later in the game. We'll have to get to that.
How about this tonight, huh? High-scoring game in Dallas.
Football continues this Saturday on NASN with ESPN's College Game Day and 3 great live matchups. First up, Iowa travel to Pittsburgh. Then Tim Tebow brings his Gators to Tennessee. And finally, in a great non-conference game, Georgia take on Arizona State. Live college football this Saturday only on NASN.
All right, here we go.
Down he goes.
Junior hard in the inside wall.
That was a burnout.
Johnson has tied the wall. Tony Stewart wins at the Brickyard. His dream comes true. Checkered flag is in the air. Jimmy Johnson from California wins at Indianapolis.
Kitty, come get you some. My God, this is awesome.
The NFL enters Week 3 on NASN with a live doubleheader. First up, the Dolphins take a trip to New England in the NFC East. Then it's the Colts and the Jaguars doing battle in the AFC. Coverage starts with ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown. Live NFL only on NASN.
Original, Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. Quiznos, Quiznos, love what you eat. And IBM, when you're ready to stop talking innovation and start doing, visit IBM.com/doing.
9th largest city in America, 5th biggest TV market. Dallas, Texas. Monday Night Football. Well, did you notice Jaws was a little stunned, struggled to analyze that last touchdown? As Donovan McNabb went past Ron Jaworski, or tied him, I should say. He went past him last week for most wins by an Eagle quarterback. So if McNabb wins tonight and goes to the touchdowns, man, it's going to be brutal.
All my records are crushed, but it couldn't happen to a better guy. Donovan
Jones returned the last one. Isaiah Stanback struggles with this one. Has to bring it out now. And a whole mess of trouble. So the Cowboys start at the 5. A far different cry from the last kickoff. And here's what it sounded like on ESPN Deportes.
El novato de Arkansas.
Y se esquiva y nadie lo va a tocar. Nadie lo va a tocar. Felix down.
So spread out for Martin, who does the play-by-play for all the Monday Night Football games, along with former kicker Raul Alegre.
Now, I took high school Spanish, and that either means nobody is going to touch him, or could you pick up my dry cleaning in the morning? It's one of those two.
He's celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month.
Ball start, offense, number 89. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's Tony Curtis, the 3rd tight end for Wade Phillips' team, so a long field gets longer.
Yeah, getting a little sloppy offensively.
He's been around a while.
Dallas come out, they're running formationally, 1 wide receiver on the field, that being number 81, Terrell Owens. 3 tight ends in the game.
From the 3, Romo lost it. in the end zone, loses it again, and instead of a safety, it turns into a touchdown. Romo on Monday night has disasters happen to him. Think of Buffalo last year. Think of the last 2 snaps here. Chris Gokong credited with the touchdown.
Well, the ball just slips out of Tony Romo's hand, much like his fumble in Seattle. The ball just slithered through his hand. Now he really compounds the problem. He's going to try to pick it up here, and then he's going to try to throw it, I guess. But he's going to fumble the football. There it slips out of his hand again. And, of course, what turns into a safety turned into a touchdown for the Eagles. Gokong right on the football.
Third-year man out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And the extra point is added by Akers. So back-to-back snaps for the Cowboys offense. It's the Romo interception trying to make something happen. And there, instead of just taking the 2 points, trying to make something happen. Dawkins the pressure. Gokong the score. Eagles lead.
Sports action online 24/7. Don't miss a minute of your favorite sports wherever you are, whenever you want it. Get the latest news, highlights, and analysis, and full live game coverage. Simply choose a package to suit you to watch the NHL or NCAA football live online this season. Go to espn360.com and watch live sports online 24/7 now.
Dilfer back to throw. He's throwing deep down the middle for Stokely. He's got it. 10-5. Touchdown. Brandon Stokely for the score. And again, a great throw. And the Ravens are the champions of the world.
I'm going to Disney World.
He's back out there right now. They're showing blitz.
I think players underestimate the closing speed of Urlacher.
And then Urlacher cleans him up. And down he goes. He's hit by Urlacher on the blitz. And down he goes. And it's intercepted by Urlacher.
That's a heck of a play by Urlacher to ignite the whole stadium. That's a great individual effort by Urlacher.
Seconds for the Eagles, and back-to-back snaps bringing frustration to Tony Romo. Dallas has had the big plays. Philadelphia has the lead. We've only played 20 seconds of the second quarter. It's a couple of mistakes on that one. The kickoff not being handled properly started the mess, and now Felix Jones gets his hands on it again. How'd he slip to the side there? Inside of Considine and to the 43-yard line. David Akers had to get in his way before Keem Jordan brings him down.
How many wow moments do you get in a little over a quarter? A bunch. Here's Tony Romo again. He simply can't hold on to the football. It reminded you, Jaws, immediately of him not being able to hold the snap in the playoff game. It reminded me last night, somebody who could actually relate to this is Jay Cutler, who clearly fumbled the ball, could not hold on to the ball. Why is it so hard to hold on to the ball?
I wish I had an answer. You know, the quarterbacks now get a chance to field the balls. They rub them down. You know, they should be ready for the quarterback. But clearly, you know, Cutler yesterday and now Romo tonight.
First down, Marion Barber to the right. Tripped up good. Push by Quentin Michael, the safety, working on an offensive lineman. And short game. Jaws, you mentioned before the game, the teams now have the opportunity to get their hands. It's not a fresh football coming out of the box.
Yeah, and the quarterback actually, you know, they make sure they've got a ball that they feel comfortable with. It used to be they went through so many balls, you may get a ball that is slippery, that was not rubbed down, where it would slide through your hands if you don't have it firmly. That's not the case anymore.
That was always a big problem with the Super Bowl, where they put a new ball in on every play. And quarterbacks complain so often that it was just ridiculous to play the biggest game that way. Romo pressure throws for Owens, incomplete. Broderick Bunkley was knocking on the front door and sent Tony down.
Excellent coverage by Sheldon Brown. The Eagles are in man-to-man coverage. He had him mano-a-mano and did a great job of covering him.
Did you see the shots before of both Owens and Romo totally deflated, sitting on the bench, wondering what on earth had just happened in the span of, what, a minute? A minute and a half?
I don't think it was that much.
What, 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
14 seconds.
Yeah. It just seemed like a minute because we're having so much fun. I guess it was 14 seconds when it did it.
Here's where Jim Johnson is at his best. He loves to bring pressure in these situations. Got his linebackers up near the line of scrimmage.
Miles Austin is the extra receiver. He's in motion.
They come with the heat.
And Romo throws to Witten. Complete. First down. Jason to the 42. It's a gain of 14. If you're just joining us here at the bottom of the hour, where have you been? We got a pretty good one going right out of the gate in the opening quarter. After an Eagle field goal, Terrell Owens, second only to Jerry Rice, touchdown receptions, NFL history. Felix Jones, a rushing touchdown last year, 98-yard kickoff return. Then Donovan to Westbrook after a Romo turnover. And then Romo gets it back and fumbles the snap, trying to make something happen instead of a safety. Chris Gokong recovers for a touchdown. And that's how we have Philly 20, Dallas 14. Not even 17 minutes into week 2. Felix Jones in the game. On the reverse, here he goes. Tackled by Darren Howard, who has lost some weight. Good thing he's a little bit quicker, or else Felix would be high stepping toward the end zone.
That was an outstanding play by Darren Howard. He knifed through the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys to make that play. Or we may have seen another big play from Felix Jones. It was well set up by the Dallas Cowboys if it got into the second level of the defense.
Dallas beat Cleveland week 1, 28-10. Philadelphia beat St. Louis 38-3. Romo brings it down to Martellus Bennett, the tight end, holding it high and tight across his chest to the 15-yard line. First down, gain of 21. There was no Jason Witten on the field for that play, and the rookie Bennett made it.
Yeah, really well set up by Tony Romo off the play-action fake. He looks to his left, play game with the defense. Then he took that ball down there, and boy, just a great play by Martellus Bennett.
I'm going to give a different sports analogy and see if you agree. What we're watching here is the Hagler-Hearns fight. It just goes back and forth. It's utterly furious. They've already put up 34 points, not even halfway through the second quarter, and they're not stopping at all. It's like everybody's playing with their hair on fire.
Yeah, they're just running. Every person in this stadium is standing right now. It's just been that entertaining of a football game.
And Romo will take a timeout. You're right, Josh. Everybody's on their feet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Pace yourself, kids.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a long game. It's not 3 rounds like Hagler-Hearns.
Of fencing and 3 years of law school teach you a lot. For him, it's confidence. For me, it's pride. Go to ncaa.student.org to find out how your child could become one of the many student athletes who go pro in something other than sports.
MSN is giving you the chance to choose which live game you want to see with an MLB viewer's choice. See the Twins face off against the Rays in Tampa Bay, the White Sox battle the Yankees in New York, or catch the Phillies fight for a win against the Braves in Atlanta. Choose which game you want to see and visit NASN.com now to cast your vote. A Major League Baseball viewer's choice. Watch the winning game live this Thursday only on NASN.
couple of brave Eagles fans.
They're everywhere.
Trying to survive here in Dallas after the Cowboy timeout. Their ball at the 16. As you mentioned, Josh, timeout done. Fans right back on their feet on that Cowboy sideline. To Marion Barber. Bouncing to the outside. Only able to get a couple of yards. The whistle blows before the ball comes out. San Diego fans don't want to hear that sentence. Sheldon Brown made the tackle. Barber runs so hard, sometimes people wonder if he can be a long-term back because of how hard he runs. One thing it does statistically, as the game goes on, Barber can really give you some fourth quarter solid numbers. His numbers last year, Julius Jones started most of the games, but Barber was the closer. He only has 1 yard on 5 carries tonight, until now. First and goal, Cowboys. Sheldon Brown helps save a touchdown.
He explodes into people. Barber never goes to the sideline. You said that he wasn't even a starter last year, but he made the Pro Bowl. How often does that happen? And he's a fearsome runner. Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to get in his way, right, Charles?
The word we have heard is he's a beast, and you'll see it right here in our super slow-mo, and this is very cool stuff. Look at the power of which he runs. He's not going down. Sheldon Brown, Chris Gokong all come in for the hits. Yards after contact. He moved the pile running behind his pads.
First and goal. Cowboys trying to retake the lead. Romo. Terrell Owens. Touchdown number 2.
Mike, a very interesting matchup for the Eagles. They ended up with Brian Dawkins, a safety, normally a box player in the Eagles defense, very good in the run game, but they got T.O. matched up against Brian Dawkins and beat him very easy on that quick slant route.
minutes, 41 points. 3 lead changes.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, points come out of the passing game.
Star power.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, we talk American sports. So how do you think our show translates in Europe?
I'm Tony Kornheiser, probably pretty poorly, especially like in Romania.
ESPN's Pardon the Interruption. Join Tony and Mike for all the latest opinions and headlines weeknights only on NASN.
Fast minds, fast hands, and let's take it to them. One play at a time. One play at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself.
We hungry, baby. No.
That is the way to stomp your way into the playoffs. Hell of a job.
For Wilson baseball gloves and much more, visit NASN.com.
The NFL enters Week 3 on NASN with a live doubleheader. First up, the Dolphins take a trip to New England in the NFC East. Then it's the Colts and the Jaguars doing battle in the AFC. Coverage starts with ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown. Live NFL only on NASN.
Hispanic Heritage Month. It's Las Águilas de Philadelphia against Los Vaqueros de Dallas. And Los Vaqueros de Dallas 21 and Las Águilas 20.
Did you say against?
No, I didn't say against. I just skipped that word.
Because contra, I believe, would be against. I think you could say that. But the rest of it you handled very well, including the numbers.
And speaking of handling it well, second in NFL history, 30 multiple touchdown games now for Terrell Owens. Jerry Rice has 44. Quentin Dempst from the 4. And he takes it out To the 27-yard line is Patrick Watkins. Made the tackle. Since Tony Romo became the starting quarterback, here are quarterback wide receiver touchdowns. Manning to Reggie Wayne 20 times. Eli to Plax 20 times. Brady to Moss 23. That number will stay there for a while. Number 1, Tony Romo to Terrell Owens. 2 tonight. 28 since Romo became the starter.
I would also point out that the Randy Moss number is 1 year, is 1 season. But this surprises me, and I think it surprises other people too, that Romo and T.O. have hooked up that many times, have been that good. It also surprises me that T.O. is second only to Jerry Rice. I guess I didn't know he was that good because he's been so controversial.
McNabb sacked the pressure from Jay Ratliff out of Auburn. Loss of 8.
Jay Ratliff came flying off the corner. Donovan off the play action. Had no chance to survey down the field.
That was the first sack of the night either way.
This is when the Cowboys' front four is very good.
Second and long, Westbrook. So patient as he tumbles forward, getting back a yard or 2 shy of that initial line of scrimmage.
Let's go back to T.O. and Romo for a second. I mean, it's a great honor for Terrell Owens to be second to Jerry Rice. And it's interesting that this young, undrafted quarterback has helped him in the last year and a half to get there. Do you agree that in the case of Owens, that the sort of controversy has masked how good a player he really is for 3 teams?
Wherever he has been
great.
Including here.
Yes.
Controversy, but productivity. Buckhalter and Westbrook in the backs. Pressure picked up. McNabb's throw. Is that caught? He was hit. The ball was released. And then Jason Avant might have fallen back into possession while on his back after Patrick Watkins hit. And it all gets a first down. Whoa.
Now you talk about a laser throw from Donovan McNabb right on the numbers of Jason Avant. And he takes a vicious hit from Patrick Watkins and holds on to this football. What a terrific job. He gets hit, the ball comes out. He has great awareness to see the ball and catch it. Wow.
Avant had 3 catches last week. Good, tough third down receiver. McNabb loading up deep for Deshaun Jackson. He hauled it in. Oh, wow. Did he get over the goal line? Did he get over the goal line? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Whoa. 61 yards.
How many times can you say wow in the first half? The fury of this game. There's nobody taking a play off. There's no sense of taking a breath. There's no sense of exhaling. Everybody just inhales and runs as fast as they can and puts more points up. It's fabulous pace. It's unbelievable if they keep this up.
Hang on a second. We got to make sure he broke the plane on that, guys. And the Cowboys, I think, might challenge. Oh, it is very close.
That is close.
That's a great dance, but it's also one of the all-time bonehead plays, if that did happen. And Wade Phillips is now asking Terry McCauley and the referee if that, in fact, can be challenged. Let's take a peek here.
Watches very closely. He has secured the football. Whoa.
I saw it live, and it didn't look right, and you just can't do that. Now, he has been explained to us as he is very cocky. He's very self-confident.
Dallas is challenged that the runner lost control of the football prior to going into the end zone. Timeout.
What's interesting is what happened to the ball, because it was just laying there after it happened. Woo. Stand by. Maybe one of the all-time bonehead plays.
NASN, the #1 source for all your NFL coverage this season. We kick off each week with Sunday NFL Countdown, followed by up to 3 live games, including the top matchups from across the league. Mondays continue with 2 first-run games, followed by NFL Primetime and Monday Night Countdown with all the top stories from Sunday and all the buzz leading into the live game on Monday Night Football. Don't miss all the latest news, analysis, and features weekdays with NFL Total Access. Plus bonus coverage with NFL Game Day, Top 10, and Who Is. And come playoff time, we've got you covered with even more live games as the AFC and the NFC crown their champions with the Wild Card, Divisional, and Conference Championships. And the greatest game of them all, Super Bowl 43, live from Tampa, Florida. Plus your annual trip to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. The NFL this season on NASN.
Now, the question is, one, did Deshaun Jackson break the plane? Secondly, if you say he didn't, and let's stop and do the news first. It's such a long play, you won't have a look right down the goal line. That is very close. The evidence would lead me to believe that he did not break the plane before getting rid of the ball. And who knows what's going on inside that helmet. Now, what happens to the ball afterwards? Adam Jones is out there. He walks away from the ball. Was it a backward pass and the ball dead there?
After review, the runner lost control of the football prior to going into the end zone. By rule, the ball will belong to Philadelphia on the 1-yard line, 1st and goal.
This is almost like, do you remember the game, was it in San Diego a couple of years ago, where you had a backward pass, a player who got up was untouched for a 1st down, and in celebration got up and let the ball go behind him? That ball was a questionable call and then reviewed going forward as that would be considered a backward pass. You did the celebration too early. So it's not like it's a fumble with the ball lying there. So the Eagles are going to have it at the 2-yard line. Now, to Deshaun Jackson for 1 second, supremely talented as you saw there. One of the questions about Deshaun Jackson was cocky attitude, can we keep him in line? And the Eagles have been working very hard with him and things like that.
The word you heard most when talking about him was, can he be managed? Because he was so cocky, and everybody talks about how confident he is. There's a word that would apply here if Philadelphia doesn't score, and it would be infamous. That would be an infamous play by Deshaun Jackson.
Well, 15 years ago, the same end of the field, November of '93, was the Leon Lett play.
Leon Lett.
Down at this end.
Yeah.
1st and goal in Westbrook.
Take the word infamous out.
Well, that takes him off the hook.
Right.
But that's going to be something that's remembered. And when everybody's on the sidelines, when Philadelphia's celebrating with him, they're going to say, hey, not so fast.
Well, the infamous could now be, why didn't the Dallas Cowboy defenders, one of them pick that ball up? Because it was a live football.
I guess because nobody expects somebody to do something that dumb that soon.
You know, if you're in one of those keeper fantasy football leagues, that makes up for the touchdown that Westbrook slid at the 1-yard line in this game last year to kill the clock. Halfway through the 2nd quarter, this game anything but over. 27-21. Oh, Jaws, one of the things you mentioned at the very beginning of the show, the where's Waldo impact for Brian Westbrook? Where does he line up as the night goes on? Show us so far.
Well, if you're a defender, you got to locate Brian Westbrook. Here he is split wide to the left. Here is the eye back in the backfield. He'll move outside to the right, gets matched up against a linebacker, split in the backfield. You do not know where he's going to be. Andy Reid, Marty Morningwig, the offensive coordinator, will continue to move him around to try to get a predictable coverage as to where Brian Westbrook will be. When they get that, they will attack even more. But here he goes over the top for the touchdown. What an amazing athlete, Brian Westbrook.
Attack even more.
Even more.
How much? Yeah, how much?
Well,
if you're taking notes here, if you're doing a play-by-play sheet, you're already up to 50 pages. And the scoring is astonishing. And the amount of energy in here is astonishing.
You know, I know we'll get back to the play that Deshaun Jackson dropped at the 1. It was a beautifully designed play, very similar to T.O.'s touchdown.
Yes.
They got a quarter's coverage. The Eagles with Deshaun Jackson. They attacked Roy Williams. He stutter go right over the top.
27-21. Felix Jones touchdown. All right, here's where Westbrook is lined up.
Yeah, look at this in the backfield. Just amazing. Look where he's been 22 times in the backfield. Split right, split left. Hasn't been in the slot yet. I'm sure we'll see him in the slot somewhere.
Are you surprised he's been in that spot that often tonight?
No, not really. Not really, because the Eagles now, they've gone to so many 3+ wide receiver sets, they do not play a fullback in the backfield. So he's kind of the single back in the backfield.
That's dicey where that guy's hands were. I don't know about that shot.
Westbrook landed a bit awkwardly after he went over the top. So Romo and the Cowboy offense gets a turn. Oh, why not? T.O.'s breaking free again. Safety back there. Owens to the middle of the field and to the 25. There's a marker back near the quarterback.
Holland, offense, number 71. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Corey Proctor, 71, who's starting because Kyle Kozer has a foot injury at guard. Flag here. 54-yard penalty erased.
You see Flozell Adams push to the inside. Proctor just doesn't get the jam, and T.O. on Sheldon Brown. Little stutter go again. This game is all about big plays, all about double moves, all about being explosive. Because we have a lot of stars, as Tony would like to say here tonight.
Well, you also have stars in the Philadelphia secondary. 3 starters in cornerbacks in Asante Samuel, Sheldon Brown, and Lito Shepherd. Shepherd, who has a reputation for doing a good job against T.O. So far, they've all gone over tonight. The flag makes it 1st and 20. And Barber to the right. And it's stopped up as Quentin Michael comes on over to make the play.
Here's what the Cowboys are facing this year as you look at Romo. Great expectations. The Giants are assumed to be a little bit worse because Strahan and Umenyiora and Shockey. Packers, people thought might be down because Favre wasn't there. Patriots lost Tom Brady. Colts lost the first game. Chargers lost 2. You look around and you say, who's the team that could emerge as the best? It's the Cowboys. People in Dallas assume the Super Bowl and assume they're going to win it even though they haven't won a playoff game since 1996.
Romo from the 10. Patrick Creighton hauled it in. He lost the football and got it back. 17-yard line. Sheldon Brown makes it free.
Just to amplify on that, the other teams may have been diminished. What the Cowboys have done is they've added Felix Jones. You like what he did tonight?
Absolutely.
Think he runs fast? They've added Zach Thomas, who had these terrible migraines all the time. Turned out to be a deviated septum. He says he's 100% healthy. They've added the Pac-Man, who's playing this year. That man, Jerry Jones, brought them all in, and there is a sense here of manifest destiny, so you don't want to lose this game at home again to the Eagles.
Philadelphia won in here last year in December, 10-6. Romo finds space through the hands of Creighton. Incomplete. And only the rare Cowboy punt here in this first half.
Yeah, that time the Eagles secondary did an outstanding job. They went with a 4-man rush. They dropped 7 back into coverage, playing the down and distance situation. That 3rd and 13 forced Romo to move from the pocket to try to check it down. It didn't work. Good job by the secondary.
First punch for the Aussie, Matt McBriar, and Deshaun Jackson, who's a great punt returner in his days at Cal, back deep. 55-yard punt. Here's Jackson looking for room. And down to the 39. Brought it back about 9 yards. Stars out tonight. Romo to Owens. They have hooked up twice. This on the first Dallas possession, 72 yards. And then when they got close for 5 yards, 2 touchdowns for T.O., 132. Donovan McNabb using his weapon as Brian Westbrook got in for the 5-yard touchdown pass, and then over the top from a couple of yards out, landing on that tailbone area, but getting in the end zone. So 2 for T.O., 2 for Westbrook, a kick return, an all-time potential bonehead play by Deshaun Jackson, who had a touchdown on a big pass from McNabb and then put it on the ground, thinking he was already in the end zone.
And a fumble in the end zone.
And Romo fumbling in the end zone. McNabb complete to the 45-yard line. Another catch for Jason Avant. And let's say this so far tonight after that 16-yard game. Philadelphia has moved the ball pretty easily on this Dallas defense.
And Mike, remember this. Their number 1 and number 2 receivers are not even playing in this game. Reggie Brown and Kevin Curtis are out.
Yeah, their number 1 receiver is playing for the Cowboys in this game.
Oh, come on.
Best receiver they have.
Years already.
Just saying, he was the best. Donovan McNabb, as great as he is, he was the best receiver Donovan McNabb ever had.
Sure was.
Okay, that's my point.
A couple years ago. McNabb trying to get away. He cannot do it. In the grasp. And brought down by Greg Ellis.
Well, Greg Ellis was being blocked by tight end L.J. Smith, and he just couldn't handle him. But what I love to see about a healthy Donovan McNabb, boy, when he's in that pocket, does get a pocket, he's been very good. But right here, he has no chance to throw the football. Greg Ellis was on him too quick. Donovan tried to step up in the pocket, nowhere to go.
A healthy Donovan McNabb, because when he was unhealthy, all through Philadelphia for years, there were rumors that he would leave, that he might end up in Chicago, he might end up in Minnesota. You know, that they were tired of him. Now he's healthy. Now look what he does. Now they're happy to have him.
That sack by Ellis, his 10th against Philadelphia, most of any active player against the Eagles. McNabb's throw was low. It was caught by Lorenzo Booker, traded from Miami. It'll be third down about 10.
Tony had mentioned McNabb now healthy. He's a different quarterback. It's about weight transfer. Look at him come off the back foot. That was the leg that was injured. He drives off that back foot. You see the hip torque driving that ball. I mean, that ball he just put in, that's the Avant, the one he just threw to Booker. I mean, he is just stroking that ball in there with great velocity and accuracy.
We told him this last night. He became an arm thrower last year, coming off that ACL surgery at the end of 06. 3rd and 9, deep drop. Lots of time. Good protection. Can't cover him forever. Deshaun Jackson, first down at the 24. A gain of 21.
Not without his controversies in his career, Donovan McNabb. Not the most popular guy ever in Philadelphia, right? But look at him now.
Well, let me get back to this. Remember the 14-second play he had here in Dallas? I know this wasn't 14, but this was an outstanding job by the offensive line once again. And what I like about Donovan's game now, Tony, there was no panic.
You referred to 2004, that 14-second scramble before completing the deep ball. It looked like he was on the way to doing that when Greg Ellis was trying to pull him down and he was trying to get away. We had a lot of time there, all offensive line. So Philadelphia timeout with 3:06 to go, and the Eagles up 6.
Join NASN next week as we reach the business end of the Major League Baseball regular season. The pennant race comes to a close as baseball's finest battle it out for a place in the postseason. Major League Baseball, only on NASN.
To the rim here at Texas Stadium in Dallas. 27-21 with 3:06 to go. Jaws hit on it earlier. All the fans in the lower bowl are on their feet every snap into the second quarter. Westbrook brought down in the backfield. Great penetration by Chris Canty, a 3-year starter out of Virginia.
That's the only way to stop Brian Westbrook. You must get quick penetration and grab him around the ankles.
On second down, McNabb. Down the seam. Too long. And incomplete for the tight end, L.J. Smith.
Andy Reid was telling us the other day about how a team works real hard.
Flag
Give you some hands to the face. Defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
The team works real hard, and he said they went out 38-0 last week on St. Louis. And he said, you know, his phrase was, you don't like it when a team falls on the pavement. Said the games he cherishes are the knockdown, drag-out fights within the division. Now, I think he may have been referring to 10-6 games or 13-10 games. Maybe not with scoring like this. But you can't, and Andy Reid doesn't look like he's juiced up at the moment. But I got to believe that Andy Reid and Wade Phillips, everybody coaching, everybody playing, is loving this game right here.
Yeah, the Eagles spread it out with 4 wide receivers. They're going to attack.
After Dallas's 6th penalty for 60 yards. A problem last week also. They all pointed to Westbrook pre-snap. They kind of smelled that one coming, and they got him.
Where's Waldo?
Well, we're closing in on a Monday Night Football record for the most points in the first half of a Monday Night Football game over the first 38 years in a couple of games. To get 7 more, we'll equal that record here tonight. Been a lot of great Monday night moments in Texas Stadium in Irving. Last Monday Night Football game here. Doing it with a bang. 2-minute warning in Dallas.
The stage is set for the opening weekend of a new NHL season. And this year, the stars are gathering for the premier events in the great cities of Prague and Stockholm. The NHL returns. Catch all the excitement this October on NASN.
Here's the snap to Barr. Pump fakes, now throws the middle. Bubba Franks, touchdown, Green Bay! Barr alone to the shotgun. Barr moves to his right, points to his right, now back to the shotgun. Barr looking, lofts it deep down the middle. Touchdown!
I'll trade you a Red Sox home jersey and a Rangers t-shirt for that Pirates jacket.
No way. I want that Cardinals hoodie and that Braves away uniform and an item to be named later.
You drive a hard bargain.
Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
The stage is set for the opening weekend of a new NHL season. And this year, the stars are gathering for the premier events in the great cities of Prague and Stockholm. The NHL returns. Catch all the excitement this October on NASN.
Tom Jackson Toyota halftime show. Boomer's got the fastest 3 minutes. Read and React going to talk about the Jet play calling at the goal line in the loss to the Patriots yesterday and a preview of our second half. Boomer and TJ, they've been together 22 years, you know. Toyota halftime show coming up at halftime.
You know, Mike, I've always been a big believer on first down passing. The Eagles, their 17 first down plays, 9 passes, 6 or 7, 94 yards. Right now, it's 2nd and 10 now.
You're a big believer in passing on every down.
You are
Don't isolate it to first.
McNabb, the ends meet at the quarterback. Donovan got away. Oh, man, what a play. First down, vintage McNabb there.
Donovan McNabb on the screen.
Vintage, a healthy Donovan McNabb. Just a great job by Donovan. I'll tell you what, this is almost like Eli Manning in the Super Bowl. Just knocking tacklers away, driving his feet. But Donovan, once he breaks from this pile, he sees the running room. That's all that off-season conditioning, hard work that Donovan does out in Arizona.
And the super slow-mo give you a sense of the frustration of how close Jay Ratliff and Greg Ellis and DeMarcus Ware were to having McNabb.
This play will be reviewed.
Okay, they're going to review that play. I don't know if they're going to review if McNabb's knee came down as they were pulling on him or not. We'll see. It's the last 2 minutes, so obviously any stoppages for replay happen from upstairs in the replay booth. So as this official review happens, we'll step out.
The NFL enters Week 3 on NASN with a live doubleheader. First up, the Dolphins take a trip to New England in the NFC East. Then it's the Colts and the Jaguars doing battle in the AFC. Coverage starts with ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown. Live NFL only on NASN.
First and goal, Philadelphia.
Okay, we're back. What they did review was not if McNabb's knee was down, but where he was going out of bounds, if the spot was correct. And very quickly that was taken care of. It was correctly spotted. And it's at the 10. Since it's touching the 10, that means it's first and goal.
Players are going to need oxygen at halftime at this pace. You mentioned Donovan McNabb, what a great play he made, and you talked about the frustration that he showed. He's probably frustrated having to run. He doesn't like to run anymore. He ran a lot when he was a kid. You know, he doesn't want to run anymore.
Well, the way he's throwing, he doesn't need to run anymore.
Basket and Avant to the left. Westbrook is the back. Smith and Lewis to the right. No run with Brian Westbrook. Down to the 5. Plenty of time left here. Timeout situation. 2 apiece.
Yeah, if I'm the Cowboys right now, I got to be thinking of using my timeouts.
Yep.
You know, they could be at 2 scores behind here in a heartbeat, so they may have to conserve some of their timeouts to get back in this, get a score before halftime.
Second goal, 6.
We've seen some awful clock management the first couple weeks of the season.
This we have. Need a correspondence course for some. McNabb to Lorenzo Booker, only going to gain a half yard in front of Adam Pac-Man Jones. It'll be 3rd down and stops the clock with 1:05 to go.
You know, you mentioned Lorenzo Booker. He is very similar in his stature and style to Brian Westbrook. Yes. They had both of those guys on the field that time. You know, they're both excellent receivers, route runners. They create matchup problems for the defense.
Booker in his 2nd year out of Florida State. Traded by Parcells and the Dolphins to Philadelphia on draft day. Well, where's Westbrook? That's item 1. He's lined up in the backfield.
Yeah, the Eagles are not normally a big fade team down here to hang basket, the big tall wide receiver, but they're a big slant team in this area.
McNabb on the move. Is he going to run for it? Stays in bounds on the 2 hits, but not the 3rd. The initial hit by Anthony Henry cleaned up by Patrick Watkins. And before a Philly field goal attempt, Dallas will take timeout with 49 seconds to go.
Boy, Donovan took some hits on that sideline and stayed in bounds.
6'2", 240 now.
Gets a little pressure, feels it, moves out. He had to run looking downfield. Boy, you see these couple hits right there. And those are linebackers and
you want him to stay healthy, Josh.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's so fascinating to him that he feels good for the first time in 5 years that he's out there getting knocked around.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Kevin Burnett, although Kevin Burnett's a linebacker, he only weighs 227. Donovan's probably closer to 245.
Guys, we were there week 2. This game last year for Philadelphia was in Philadelphia against Washington. As we watch Donovan McNabb tonight, it kind of reminds me of 1 year ago tonight as we sat at the link in Philadelphia. He looked nothing like this. Just that run there. He was laboring to run and do everything. He does look like the McNabb who we've gotten used to seeing for many years. Akers from 22 adds to his 34 and 44-yard field goals. And Philadelphia has hung 24 points on Dallas in this 2nd quarter to lead by 9.
You see McNabb there, and Andy Reid has been his coach every single day that he's been in the pros. It's rare that that happens. It's 10 years now. I had some thought going into this year that maybe Andy Reid would not be back given the horrifying tragedy at home with his children, with his sons, each one being incarcerated. And I thought that if Andy Reid left because he said this is too much for me, that he had been the great protector of Donovan McNabb. He loves McNabb. Both are back. And their bonding is the spine of the Philadelphia Eagles for 10 years now. Donovan availed himself to Andy Reid, said, I want to be the guy. If you need to talk to anyone, talk to me. We've been close for all these years. You hear Andy Reid say all the time, Donovan McNabb is my quarterback. I know he's gotten beaten up physically. I know he's gotten beaten up in the media. He always knew that I had complete faith in him, and that if he were healthy, he'd be my guy no matter who was drafted, no matter what anybody on sports talk radio said, no matter what anybody wrote. And the fact that one is healthy and both are happy give the Eagles a bonding that other teams in the league, Jaws, they don't have. They're here for each other on the field and off.
Felix Jones to take the kickoff for about 4 yards deep, going to bring it out. He's already taken one all the way tonight. And brought down at the 21-yard line. Dallas has a timeout, 39 seconds left, so Eagles-Cowboys in 04. That was the game that McNabb had that wild scramble play, the 14 seconds you talked about. We've passed that to the third highest scoring first half in the now 38-plus year history of Monday Night Football. Colts-Broncos, 1988. The largest first half scoring. That was a Halloween game at Mile High.
There's still 39 seconds
left. It was in Indy, I beg your pardon. That's right, it was in Indy. You're right, Jaws. Record's still in sight. Romo to Jason Witten. Hurt his shoulder earlier in the first half. Comes back out inbounds, only 2 yards. One timeout on the turning clock. That took about 13 seconds. Romo steps up for Witten. Got it in stride. They'll use their timeout here. 34-yard line. Timeout Dallas. 7 seconds left. They're in field goal range for Folk. Jason Witten, the big play.
Excellent job by Tony Romo extending the play, allowing Jason Witten to uncover deep down the field. He runs right by Brian Dawkins. The key was Romo moved in the pocket and allowed Jason Witten to uncover. Great throw by Tony Romo on the move. He can throw from so many platforms as he moves in the pocket.
A gain of 42 yards. Romo was undrafted. Witten, the third-round pick of Jerry Jones. When those two came together, they were on the same bus coming from the airport after the draft, and they have been linked since, and they've both thrown. So Nick Folk, who remember hit the big 53-yarder in Buffalo twice to win the Monday Nighter.
He'll remember it well.
Yes. He'll have this one officially 51 yards to add 3 more before the half.
I believe he'll knock this right through, Tony.
Staying inside, yes, from 54 yards.
Good call. I watched him in warm-ups. He was hitting pretty darn good.
Well, you remember the Buffalo game, too, because at the end of the game, there were 10,000 wings underneath the seat.
They were good, though.
So this becomes the second highest scoring first half in Monday Night Football history. And how about that? Right down the field with one timeout and the big play to Witten. So this is good. What do we have for an encore? Next Monday night to San Diego. We know one thing. The Chargers know exciting finishes. They haven't been good finishes these 2 weeks. Down to the last snap, essentially. But Andy Tomlinson and company welcome Brett Favre and the Jets on Monday Night Football at 8:30 Eastern. Of course, they play at the end of the game. Cutler loses the handle and Hockley incorrectly blowing the whistle.
Awful.
The play dead there.
Awful.
It stays with Denver. They score the touchdown and then go for 2. You know, you've got to have your name carved into the door of the coach's office to go for that in September.
And he does.
It's not one of those plates that you slide in and out and say, oh, the next guy will be in.
Pat Bowlen and Mike Shanahan are absolutely in sync on that, but you're right, Mike. There aren't 3 coaches in the league that make that call.
This could be the final play of the half as it is returned to the sideline by Greg Lewis, taken out there. And that brings us to the end of the first half. 6 touchdowns, 4 field goals.
I need oxygen.
Dallas gets the ball.
You'll get it at halftime. Don't worry.
Here's Chris Berman, Toyota halftime show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. 20 minutes in, they each had 20 points. 30 minutes in, Philly's got 30. And Dallas has got 24. Chris Berman, Tom Jackson. Oh, the second half picks up.
Really? A little exciting.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't know what else to do except charge out of the gates and start our fastest 3 minutes in a moment. It is still summer on the calendar, and already the NFL season has taken a hard left-hand turn. The Week 2 matchup with Tom Brady and Brett Favre would be no longer. The ho-hum Chargers at Broncos game, far from it. That's why they play the games. And here we go to the Meadowlands. Brett Favre against, wait a minute, Matt Castle? That wasn't in the script a couple of weeks ago, but that's what we had. And Castle, Patriots started him out beautifully, hit his first 4 passes. Here's Wes Welker. Brett Favre threw a touchdown, but when Adalius Thomas sacked him and Leon Washington, it was the Patriots, Coach Belichick and their defense handshake. How are you? Patriots win it 19-10, but also 2-0 in the division. The Bills trailing Trent Edwards to Lee Evans 37, and then when Edwards hit the big rookie James Harding, the Bills beat Jacksonville 20-16. Chargers Broncos. Jay Cutler hit Brandon Marshall not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 18 times. Second most in NFL history. The Chargers trailed the whole game until Phillip Rivers to Darren Sproles, looking like a skater going down the ice 66 yards. Then, later in the fourth, here it is. Was it a fumble? Was it an interception? The whistle blew. They call an incomplete pass. It was a fumble, but North Turner said, wait a minute. Denver still has the ball. Eddie Royal, touchdown, 38-37 Chargers. Mike Shanahan goes for 2. Cutler to the rookie Royal. Broncos win it 39-38. Amazing. Packers and Lions. Aaron Rodgers, flat-footed. 60 yards in the air, wasn't it? Jordy Nelson. Then John Kitna, Charles Woodson, and Nick Collins. They both could go all the way. Back-to-back picks for touchdowns. Back. 48-25 of the Lions. Minnesota led 15-0, but Peyton Manning to Reggie Wayne, 32 yards. 2-point conversion ties. Adam Vinatieri, 47 yards. You think he's going to miss for the game? No, he doesn't. Colts avoid 0-2. The Vikings are there. 18-15 Indy. Eli Manning. How good's he feeling? I can complete it. Lefty. No problem. And then Justin Tuck, just in time. Giants defense. 41 yards, he's gone. Giants humble the Rams, 41-13. Late touchdown from Jason Campbell to Santana Moss. Boy, the East, everybody wins 67 yards. Congratulations, Jim Zorn, his first win. How windy was it for Cincinnati? Shane Graham, no good. Against Tennessee, Rob Ronas, it goes in there. Craig Hetrick trying to punt in breezes up to 40 miles an hour. But it's Keith Bullock, the block, and the recovery for the touchdown 24-7. And a little history north of the border. In our country, Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver ever. The greatest receiver in Canadian history, Milt Stegall. Winnipeg Blue Bombers needing 1 yard for the most yards ever. He goes 92 yards. Milt Stegall, the pride of Miami of Ohio. 14,983 yards. He also has the most TDs in CFL history. And so our congratulations to Milt Stegall, a very good guy, setting the pace up in CFL. Well, whoa. We're going back to a tradition of ours. We're going to set the pace with game balls. Look back yesterday. What do you see, Tom?
Well, the guy has not only had a good start to the season, but first game, second game, Aaron Rodgers. Nobody playing better than him. Actually, the first half of this football game we're watching tonight may change my mind, but Aaron Rodgers gets my game ball, boom.
Tommy, when you catch 18 balls, Brandon Marshall did, second most all-time behind only T.O. when he was a 49er who caught 20. He gets the game ball. More from this game ahead, and we'll read and react to the most surprising coaching decision of the season so far. We're back in just 30 seconds. Don't even think about leaving.
This halftime show is presented by...
Just because you're thousands of miles from the nearest big league stadium doesn't mean you can't be a big league fan. Majestic